everyone, Sirturmund here again. And it's finally time. It's finally time for none other than Buggy the Clown, right? It's the last of the OP09 leaders that we have yet to showcase. And I do, okay, just to preface, I do think he's the weakest of the OP09 leaders, but that's because we don't have access yet in the global to the promo card. There's this new Buggy that's gonna come out as a promo that makes this deck a lot better. That improves the performance of this deck, because this deck suffers against like this aggro decks, especially like against Doffy. But if you play this, all their 4-cost characters cannot attack, which is kind of nutty. It's kind of nutty, right? You play this and you kind of get to lock down the Buggy player, and it's absolutely nuts, right? Because you can play this as soon as you have 5 done. But this list doesn't have Buggy because we don't know yet when we're gonna get this promo Buggy in the global version. But I came up with this version. I didn't come up with it. I saw the idea with some of the lists from the East version of the game. But this is the version that I had the most success with. As you can see, like it says Buggy version 2, because I first spent like a few hours recording and practicing with a different version that just wasn't working out. Once I added the Impel Down package to this deck, it added a lot of consistency. And that's the version that you're gonna see here for us on the deck breakdown here. So let's start by just talking about what this leader does. It's a blue 5-cost, 5-life leader, right? When you have that, you may rest 5 Dawn and discard 1 card from your hand, and you can place 1 character with the cross guild type from your hand to the field, right? So think about it like kind of like Lim. You know how Lim can rest 3 Dawn and be able to summon a Odyssey character. It's kind of the same way. I said that Buggy is a lot worse because Buggy, you have to spend 5 Dawn and you have to trash a card from your hand, which is such a big downside. So in order to kind of overcome that, we have like this package with the cross guild of cards that let us both flood the board and also let us just get extra cards to make up for that discard effect from our Buggy, right? So again, the version of the disc that I have is an Impel Down mixed with cross guild, mixed with Barricade Works archetype, which kind of ends up giving you more consistency than if you just go straight cross guild. So let's first talk about the cross guild cards that you can actually target with your Buggy. Because Buggy costs 5 Dawn, the cards that you want to hit are cards that cost 5 or more Dawn. And the 3 big hits in this deck, and really the only 3 hits in this deck, are going to be your OP09 Crocodile, Mihawk, and 10-cost Buggy. This 7-cost Crocodile, you can cheat him out on 5 Dawn turns if you're going first, and you're able to summon another body with a 5 cost or less that has cross guild or Barricade Works. And a lot of the other cards here in your list actually fill that archetype. So Crocodile ends up being your most important card in this deck because it lets you summon 2 bodies for the cost of 5. It's so important to be able to flood the board with this deck, as you'll see why when we talk about Buggy here. So you go ahead and play this Crocodile, cheat him out with your 5 when you're going first with 5 Dawn, and right away you have 2 bodies on the field. And then next thing you can do the same thing, right? The best target for this Crocodile is going to be this Mr. 1 Daz Bones. He's not a cross guild character, but he is a Barricade Works, which again can get summoned with this Crocodile. And this Mr. 1 lets us, like, you don't care about the first effect, right? Like, because your leaders have Barricade Work, you only care about the on-play effect. It's an on-play, draw 2, trash 1. So again, it makes up for the fact that you ended up tossing a card from your Buggy leader to actually play this Crocodile, because you end up drawing 2 and just trashing 1. So you kind of end up going net in terms of like card value by playing the Crocodile into the Daz Bones right there. And that's why like this combo here is usually what I'm always mulliganing for. The other target for your Buggy ability is going to be the Mihawk. Mihawk is a little bit more circumstantial because he's a 6-cost, right? So it's like, do you really want to pay a card to save on 1 cost? Sometimes you have to, because this leader ability doesn't have like a restriction of once per turn. So there are times when you're like on 10 down, for example, and maybe you want to play double blocker, or you want to play Mihawk and play a 10 drop. You can actually do that by discarding 2 cards from your hand and resting your full 10 down. So Mihawk is just a 7k blocker that lets you, just like Daz Bones, you draw 2 and discard 1 from your hand. So again, you're able to kind of pretty much make up for the cost of discarding a card from your Buggy, and you're able to kind of cycle your hand. And then really what makes Buggy work, or what makes Buggy really scary, is this 10 drop right here. This 10 costs 12k body. When you play him, you can return any of your opponent's characters regardless of the cost. So it's like a built-in red rock. However, if you do not control 5 characters, including himself, so you only have to have 4 other characters in the field that have a 5 cost or more, this Buggy bounces himself to the bottom of your deck. So this is what your deck is built around. Because what you want to do is, by using Crocodile and by using the Ivankov that we're going to talk about later, you want to flood your board so that you have 4 bodies on the field with 5 costs or more. So that then, for 5 done and the cost of discarding a card from your hand, you get to summon Buggy, which is a 12k body, removes anything from the opponent's board, like removes one big one of their units from the opponent's board. You get to keep the 12k body on the field if you have a big enough board for it. And once you do that, it's such a big tempo play that if you're able to get that off, you're probably very likely to win most of your games, where you get this Buggy effect fully off to both bottom deck an opponent and also keep your Buggy in the field. So this means that a whole strategy with this deck is all about flooding the board. Again, right? Flooding the board and setting up for this Buggy, because this Buggy can bottom deck the opponent's 8, 9, 10 cost characters. Imagine going against an NL player, bottom decking their Ace. Imagine going against Shanks, bottom decking their Shanks, etc. What this means, though, as you can already tell, is that Buggy is kind of weak when you're going against decks that can remove your cards, your board. So if you're going against black, like Lucy, and they can actually remove your board and prevent you from having the 4 units that you need for Buggy, then it's really hard to get the full value from this Buggy. Same thing, honestly, against Shanks. They can remove the board as well. So you got to be careful and kind of play around that of how you can do that. If the opponent has no way to like realistically remove the board, then you're just chilling. You just flood the board, play Buggy, and just put so much pressure into it. So those are the 3 targets with your leader ability. And as we talk about, it's all about flooding the board. So this is where the Impel Down package comes into play. It's all about really this 7 cost Ivankov from OP02. If you now remember this card, when you play this card, you get to draw cards until you have 3 cards in your hand, in case that you had no cards in your hand, for example. And you get to play a blue Impel Down type character with a cost of 6 or less from your hand. Which this means is that we're able to play out this Inazuma, right? Well, EBO1, which at the end of the turn, if you have 2 or less cards, you get to draw 2 cards. If you have 3 cards in your hand, or less than 2 cards in your, less than 3 cards in your hand, and you play Ivankov into Inazuma, you're always going to end up with just 2 cards at the end of the turn, right? So Inazuma is going to draw you 2 more, and you end up back with 4 cards in your hand. This is the amazing combo here. This is your best target with Ivankov, just playing this Inazuma. And the reason that this works really well, this end of turn effect, is because your Buggy leader ability, remember, makes you trash a card from your hand. So it's not impossible for you to be with less than 2 cards in your hand when you have this Inazuma out in the field. And the reason that I like this package in this deck is because it adds a lot of consistency. At even if I go low on hand size, I can refill my hand with Inazuma. I can refill my hand with Ivankov and refill it more with Inazuma, which is crazy and allows me to be more aggressive on how I counter in the deck. Now, of course, we have the Crocodile and the Ivankov, and a lot of the other cards in the deck are targets for these 2 bodies, right? So the Daz Bones, like we talked about, is the best target for Crocodile, but we're also playing 4 of this vanilla Crocodile. And this is both an Impel Down and a former Barricade work card, which means that you can summon it both with Ivankov if you don't have the Inazuma. Inazuma is always your best summon with this, but if you don't have it, you can go for this Crocodile. Or you can also summon it with this 7 cost Crocodile as well, because it's a former Barricade works, and that's able to be summoned with the Crocodile. So that's why we have this vanilla here, right? Just another target for this Ivankov, so that it's not just a deck card in our hand if we don't have the Inazuma, and we can still allow us to flood the board. Plus, it's a 7k body, so it can swing into the opponent, right? We have this Bon Clay, It's a 2k counter, but we're playing 4 of it because it's also Impel Down and former Barricade Work. So just like this Crocodile, you're able to summon it with both your cards that you're able to flood the board with. Usually you want to use this as a 2k counter, but just in case that you don't have Inazuma or Crocodile, you can go ahead and summon the Bone Clay instead, because that still will count towards your 10 cost Buggy game plan. We have the Cabaji here, just a 2k counter, and again, this one can be summoned with your 7 cost Crocodile, and then we have the Mohji, another 2k counter here that can also be summoned with your Crocodile, right? Usually the Mohji, you don't use this effect, so it's really just about him being a 2k counter or an emergency summon if you have no other better summon with this Crocodile. But the Cabaji can actually be important in certain times, right? Because if you have a Buggy on the field or you have a Mohji, this actually cannot be KO'd in battle, right? So if you have like this already and you develop this card is unkillable unless the opponent has an unremovable effect. And then to finish up the game, we have cards that kind of just let us recoup our hand size. So Mr. 3 is a searcher, right? Looks for a cross guild or a barricade works card. So he's able to, you're not whiffing. You're not whiffing with this card, right? Like, yeah, you're not going to get the Impel Down cards, but most of your deck is cross guild or barricade work, so you're almost always going to hit something. And obviously with this, you usually want to search for your Croc or your Buggy. If you don't have Croc in your hand yet, usually you're always picking Croc, because it's, again, you need to be able to flood the board, and this card is the MVP at doing that. Then we have 4 Pilafs, allowing us to just draw cards. As you can see here, all of our plays here are 5 costs, so we don't have a lot of things to do when we have 3 or 4 done. So Pilaf lets us do that, and also lets us recoup our hand size because of the big cost of Buggy. And same thing with Marguarite here, she serves as a blocker, but he also lets us draw a card, and again, allow us to keep our hand in a healthy state with our Buggy leader. And that's the deck list, right? That's the deck list, and you're gonna see a lot of games here over the next 3 days with Buggy and how I pilot that, and why I really like this Impel Down package instead of just going full cross guild, right? Like other versions that I have seen are playing stuff like Alvita, which is not a bad card, but I just don't have space for Alvita when I'm playing this. And obviously playing this Mr. 1 here, it's, I guess, I mean, it's not, it doesn't work with the Ivankov. So instead of playing this Mr. 1 here, we just play this Crocodile instead, because the Crocodile can still be summoned by this Crocodile here as well, right? But again, the big thing is going to be when we get some of these promo cards that are cross kill, that the deck is going to become a bit better. Like, I mean, like, look at this one, right? Like, this is so good, right? This can be really good, actually, being able to remove some of your opponent's little women's. But obviously the big one here is this Buggy, because we can cheat it out. It stops the opponent aggression, and it lets us play another 6 cost or lower cross guild character, which includes our Mihawk. But for now, this is the deck list that we have. And again, strategy. You want to go first. I say this a lot with a lot of these leaders, right? Like Robin, Lim, a lot of this like kind of like meme leaders is because a lot of times they need to go first to like really have a good advantage. You want to go first. Ideally, obviously, Mystic Guardian on turn 1 if you have it. Then on your 3 down turn, you're playing Pilaf or Marguarite. And then your 5 down turn, the crazy curve is to then go Crocodile into Daz Bones, right? And then after that, go Ivankov into Inazuma, or have another Crocodile into another Daz Bones. So that way you already have 4 bodies on the field when you're at 7 dawn, which means that on 9 dawn, you already can play your Buggy if you want to, which is crazy. Because just playing that Buggy for 5 on 9 is huge. You don't have to wait for 10 to actually play this out. And that's really going to be your main strategy. Don't be afraid to counter out if you need to from opponent's attacks. We do play 12 2k counters. So if you do have the Inazuma, don't be afraid to counter out so that you can have, you know, as little amount of cards in your hand as possible to settle for your Inazuma. And yeah, I mean, that's really all I can give, right? Unfortunately, Buggy is not the best, but I had a lot of fun with this deck list. It actually felt pretty consistent. It's just, again, very weak against stuff like Doffy and some of these other aggressive decks like Purple Luffy. When they get like all these Soros and stuff like that, it can be pretty nasty. But anyways, enough about that. I'm gonna let you enjoy the games. I think today's games, we're gonna start with games against Shanks. We have games against Shanks. We have games against Belo Betty. We have a game against Doffy. We have a game against Red Purple Luffy and a game against Red Sanji. So mostly against red decks, trying to deal with that aggression and kind of going from there. So hope you enjoy the games coming up soon. And if you do, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post One Piece videos every single day. Enjoy. In this match, we're going against Shanks. All right. So, I like the Inazuma, but then I mean, the problem is that I also have this Croc. Like, Croc is so good to keep, right? Maybe we need to keep the Croc with the Daz Bone. That should get me into... It's not a bad curve. It's not a bad curve. We go Croc into Daz Bone. Oh, and especially with this as well. Another Croc? We go for the second Croc then. No. Go here. Dash. 7. Because we can go Croc, Daz Bone. And if the Croc lets us feel the board, it's pretty good, right? We're not afraid to, like, give them cards. So this is what I like about this Impel Down version. Like, I don't care about giving the opponent cards. Now, unfortunately, the opponent did just had a pretty big hit there, right? So it doesn't really matter. So next time at 7, maybe we're trashing... Maybe we're trashing this, going here, into this, and we're trashing another pillar. Although, what are we doing on turn 9? I guess on turn 9, we can always go Sits Drop and Pilaf and go from it that way. So maybe this time we're trashing a Mihawk. So the idea with this Impel Down version with the Inazuma and the Ivankovs is obviously to try to flood the board with as many bodies as possible. Okay. Now this does mean I don't technically have a target for what's it called? I don't have a target for the Crocodile since I just got rid of my last barricade work card. But I'm wondering if I should actually just go Pilaf here and Marguarite. So I think I like the 5 and double sixes. I think I might go... I guess I can go Mihawk. Mihawk. We can cycle the Marguarite that way. I have to choose here. I can go Mihawk right now without my leader effect. Or I can go... Keep the Croc, go... I think I like the Marguarite and Pilaf combo. Even if I'm not developing anything here. Oh, that's a nice... Alright, that's good. Let's go like this. Still don't get the Ivankov, unfortunately, right? So no Ivankov. Opponent can go Rayleigh here. Or it's going to be Ben Beckham to get rid of the Daz Bone, I guess. It makes the most sense, right? Yeah. Go like this. Oh, there's the Ivankov. But probably just better to go Crocodile here. Save the Ivankov for next turn. Crocodile, Cabaji. Still leaves me with 4 down. Or I guess we're not forced to use... No, I do want to use the leader ability. So 4 down, so we can go 8 twice. I think I gifted the Mihawk here. Yeah, you counter and give me the 2K. Yeah, I think I gift the Mihawk so that we can, because we can trash the other cards, right? So we can trash the other cards to be able to just draw. Or sorry, not trash, counter with the other cards to be able to draw with this Ivankov. That's a very good, yeah, because now you get to go Marco, do your thing. There's still a lot of dunk commitment here, because this Croc is going to stay alive, I think. Yeah, no blocker, we give you the 1K. Yeah, no blocker, we give you another 1K. We know we're going to just draw a bunch here. I would have loved to give them another 1K here, but I guess I have to go like this. So we can go here, draw, and then draw more after. So that leaves me with 3 down. I might have to get rid of that block. I mean, do I have to slow this game down a little bit? 3 down. I guess we can start here. We can start here. See what the opponent does. Okay. Interesting. I mean, if you want to give me 2k, 1k here, I'm okay with that, right? $2k, 1k, and another 1k? Okay, they don't go for that. Here we go like this. I think I like the Ivankov. Just gets another body on the field. Right? And I get to draw 2 cards here with Inazuma, and now we have the Buggy. So if the opponent doesn't kill at least one of these, I mean, even they have to kill 2 of these guys, right? They have to kill 2 of these guys, and they can't do that. So the Buggy's gonna be able to get the effect, right? Yeah, they can kill 1, and then I can counter the rest. Yeah, we go here for, I guess, a 2k. And we give them another 2k here. Yeah, we want to give them this one. They kill 1. You can't kill the other one, right? So we get to just bounce your thing no matter what. I guess now we can go Daz Bones, right? So now we get to go Daz Bones. We could trash the Ivankov. We go like this, and we'll trash this guy to play this guy. Bounce this guy up. So now we can go 5 into their leader. I think I'm down to just go for life at this point. I think I have enough of a board that I'm putting pressure into their life by just attacking for these 7s. And I'm having, yeah, I think I like going board here. Yeah, I think I like going board because the best play that the opponent has is to play another Shanks. And if they're playing another Shanks, they won't be able to attack into my Inazumas and stuff. Yeah, let's go 7. That's 2 cards out of your hand. I still get to draw 2 cards from the Inazuma here. That's the next Buggy. We have 2 2Ks. So they go to 0. If they play a Shanks, they can only kill 1 unit because I have enough counters to kill the rest, right? So I like that. I like that. That ended up working out really well, right? So this is actually my first game playing this Impel Down package, and I really like that I was able to flood the board and have units that were cost enough for me to be able to actually have the Buggy enabled, right? And the Inazuma refilling my hand was actually pretty nuts as well.
In this match, we're going against Mr. Shanks. Do I risk not getting Croc? I'm gonna take the risk. So I'm gonna take the risk of not getting Croc over here. I mean, you always do your little ability here. Yeah, I'm just wasting time, right? Yeah, we got the Croc. We're good gamers. Still need to find an Impel Down card here. Okay. Still need to find an Impel Down card to flood the board more next turn. So I think I'm gonna take this hit. Because I want to look for a Croc or an Impel Down card. I mean, I guess I'm taking this in no matter what. Oh, that's the perfect one, right? So that's literally the perfect Impel Down card that I was looking for. Go 5, 5, and 7. This card technically does die in battle. The opponent's gonna have to KO some of these. Yeah, like this is okay. They took the life, right, with the Sandy. Oh, that's beautiful. So we go like this for 5. They have Shanks next turn, right? So they have Shanks next turn. Annoyingly, no way. I mean, I could go Buggy now. But that seems bad, right? I feel like I just want to go wide. Buggy now to get rid of this guy. Because apparently I'm only going to have a 2k and these guys are going to be 6ks. So Shanks will be able to KO both. Shanks will be able to KO both. What if we actually don't attack with either one of these? What if we don't attack with either one of these? Doesn't matter, right? What if we don't attack with either one of these and just tell the opponent, if you play Shanks, I'm just gonna play Buggy next turn. And we can still play Buggy next turn no matter what, by the way. Because we can go Mohji into Buggy. I'm gonna choose to not do anything so that I could keep this Buggy. So they have double 2k in their hands that they just drew with their Utas. We'll take this. Oh my goodness, way too many Buggies though. 4, okay. I mean, I'm getting low, right? I'm getting low. So Buggy. If we go Buggy twice, we're chilling. So if we go Buggy twice, we're chilling. This has to be original power. So if we're gonna go Buggy twice, we might as well get rid of the Lucky Roots right now, right? We go here. Get rid of this one. Go 5. Go 7. 7. 7. 7. Trash Buggy. Play another Buggy. Go like this. And we draw to 3 2Ks. And I don't think they can beat the double 2K. We know they have a Shanks in their hand, right? We know they have a 12k Shanks in their hand. Even if they have Dragon, they can only go up to 9 and we can go up to 11. I think this is game. Yeah, the double Buggy turn is kind of nasty because not only did he get rid of both their bodies, but he also made it so that I have 2 12k bodies on the field. Yeah, so we just counter. And you can what? KO one of these, but it doesn't matter. The only hope was that I had literally no counters. So this is gonna be at 7. Right? Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's game. Right? Yeah, their hand was just a bunch of a bunch of Shanks, and we got those 2 Buggies to stabilize, and that was all she wrote, right? So in this match, we're going against Belo Betty, and this is very bad for us. Man, I kind of want to keep the Galdino to attack into their first 1-drop. Like, do I have to actually do it this way? It sucks keeping 3 cards that have no counters. Okay, they didn't even have 1-drop, so it doesn't even matter in the end. So they didn't even have a 1-drop in the end for it to matter. But this lets me be able to have an attacker into like their Belo Betty. It's not the end of the world because we can still go Pilaf here. Yeah, we'll take this one. Yeah, we'll go Pilaf here, and yeah, we're chilling. I don't mind attacking for 6 here. If the opponent gets a trigger here, it's only 1 attacker. Yeah, it's only 1 attacker, so it's not the end of the world. No, don't have the Croc, so I think I have to go Mihawk instead. And maybe we find the Inazuma. The Inazuma refilling my hand will be really good here. Morley, that's good. So now is when I don't want to actually attack into them, though. Do I need to have the buggy and just hope that I can fill the board enough? I mean, it feels weird. Yeah, I don't think I can afford to. I don't think I can afford to. This ain't Inazuma. We have a lot of cards, though. What if we go like this? What if we go like this and we actually trash enough cards next turn to get the value that we need here with the Inazuma plus Ivankov? And we just swing. I guess this is going to be only a sit, so that's not actually going to be efficient. So maybe I could have kept the pill off, but actually I'd probably rather use the Dawn, right? If you use the race mats here, I'm not opposed to that. Because you still have to give me another card here. I don't have... Oh, wait. You have... You have a some way to kill this with one Dawn? I guess you just don't want me to block? I'm confused. Okay, there you go. You go for the buff now? Yeah, yeah. This is an 8. This is a 9. We'll take this one. Croc? That's pretty good. We'll go here and here. And then we'll counter that one. Croc is very good. So we can go Croc here. I think we need to kill this though. So I think we have to go for... Like we have to kill both units here. So I think we have to go for it this way. Even if it means losing another card here. It's risky now because I'm gonna go down to 1 here. Potentially. I mean, I guess I have to 2Ks. And again, next time we go Ivankov plus Inazuma to refill my hand. And then after that, we'll have enough bodies to actually start going for the buggy if I draw it. Dragon? That's a good dragon. So yeah, I'm definitely going down to 0 now. And the opponent will have the Morley, but then I have the attackers. I guess I'm now going to 0. Because this can only be at 6. This can only be at 7. I guess it depends how the opponent puts the order of the attacks here. If they go after the Mihawk, I might be okay letting the Mihawk go. Because it's going to serve its job of being like a pseudo blocker anyways. Seven to me. We take it, right? Wait, they didn't even use their leader effect. Not what we want to see, though. I have to let them kill this Mihawk. Yeah, you can kill it. Weirdly enough, I have too many cards now, right? So I cannot actually get my Inazuma. So I might have to just go Mihawk. Might have to go Mihawk here. Let's go 5. I want to kill Dragon. If they give me the counter here, I'm okay with this, right? Okay, so yeah, we just go Mihawk, right? So we go 9, 10, 11, 12. Go here. That's going to be 2k, 2k. It's possible, but very unlikely. We can trash the Ivankov here. I'm giving them an attack here, but I think I have to start putting pressure into them. Okay, they didn't have it anyways. And we go like this, and we'll trash Mihawk again. We'll have the blocker. And if the blocker stays alive here, we can go Inazuma plus Ivankov and have a lot of value. I guess I could potentially be giving the opponent a lot of attacks next turn, though. I have to put pressure into them, though. Because we can counter twice here. This is a 9. So for me to save the... No, this is a 7. What am I talking about? Yeah, so we can go like this. And go here. And then we give you the 2k. Cool. I like this, right? So now we can go here, right? We go 5. How much do I want to really attack, though? Giving them 3 attackers. We'll have 4 cards in our hand. They counter out of that, which is interesting. They counter out of that. So I think we go here. I think we go 5 and 7. I don't care what you get now. I guess I could play it safe by not attacking here, but I don't think I'm dying here anymore, right? If the opponent gets another unit, they'll have 4 attackers. I guess there's a chance I do, actually, because the opponent will be at 10 down. So I think we have to force them to have the attackers. So I think we go here. Oh, I should have... Yeah, I mean, the Marguarite would have been really good, right? And we'll go here. And we'll draw 2 cards at the end. I think I don't want to give them the potential for another unit. This card doesn't die to battle, so this card is okay. Like as it is right now, they're going to have to actually attack with that blocker. If they want to put any pressure. And if they don't attack here, we just... Okay, so they have the rusher, so they can play the rusher. But that's 3 down now, right? They had to spend 4 down to do that. Another dragon would have been a lot of down as well. Like, I wanted to force the opponent to actually have the rushers. Like, even attacking with that Galdino was a little bit iffy, to be honest. We only have 1 case in our hand, but I think that should be enough in combination with our blocker. Because we can go to 8. I guess let me think about it. Let me do the math here. That's 3 down. Oh, but no, they used their leader ability first. If they had 3 down here, they would have 6 down left. They could have given all of them 3k. That we're having 7, 8, 7. 7, 8, 7. And they still have enough down to just do their stuff. Yeah, you messed up the order there. Let me see if the opponent will have actually won, right? Oh, I guess it ends up being the same because the opponent just gets to play with Ivankov. Yeah, it ends up being the same anyways. Because the opponent ends up playing it for free with the Ivankov. So 9, 7, 7. They can go 8, 8, 8. I mean, I guess technically, if my whole hand is nothing, no other counters, they could get there. So they have 9, 9, 7, 8. So they even did it the wrong way, right? So yeah, I think we should get there. Because we have the blocker as well. Yeah, this is our 2k counter. And that seals the deal right there. Because we can go here. And give them the 1k. And then we just block one of these. And this guy doesn't die to battle. And there we go. Unfortunately, we are going to have to lose the Mihawk. I was hoping I could get that Mihawk to stay on the field. Opponent has 1 card in their hand. So we can afford to go 5. Because if they counter, I just go another 5, and then we have the 7 still. Ah, the opponent didn't do... The opponent forgot that the Mihawk was a blocker. Shoot, that sucks for them. Yeah. GG's. Yeah, I didn't actually, because my hand didn't have enough... Like, I only had those 1k counters. It could have actually been very risky. I got lucky that the opponent obviously... didn't find a trigger when I attacked with Galdino. And yeah, that was the map that he could have done, right? that was the map that he could have done. We saw it. He ended up being the same thing, whether he played in Inazuma or played it for free over here. And then, yeah, so
In
GG's.
this match, we're going against Doflamingo. And we survived their aggression. They chose to go first, so I don't like this hand. And this hand is slightly worse, but at least we have the Daz Bones, right? So at least the Daz Bone kind of makes it a little bit not as bad, but it's still not great. I want to have the Croc. The Buggies are useless in this matchup, at least for now. Yeah, not great, not great. We don't have any searchers, right? So we have no way to deal with their stuff. They get the teach as well, so this is not looking great already. Yeah, oh, Jimbe, cool. Yeah, sure. Sure. Let me get the 2K counter here, guys. Alright, not a great hand, huh? Not a great hand. Might be better for me to go Marguarite again next turn and just attack the rest of the down into like their units. Now the benefit here so far is the opponent. I mean, I do have to play around pudding here, right? So I do have to play around pudding, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to give them the 2K 1K. Okay. Oh well, I guess I still get punished by pudding. No, because the opponent doesn't have enough for pudding. We still don't get the Croc somehow, by the way. So somehow still didn't get the Croc. Which is crazy. So I'm gonna have to just, I think I'm gonna have to go another Marguarite. Ooh, interesting. Why not put, oh, because I wanted to go Sengoku. I was like, what? They go Croc, so they have a 2K in their hand. I think we just go 8, force him to give me the 2K 1K. Yeah, I think we just go 8, force him to give me the 2K 1K, just play another Marguarite. Until we have something that I feel is worth playing here. At least we can go Daz Bones next turn, I guess. Okay, they ended up getting the pudding, which actually got me a better hand, right? Inazuma Ivankov, that's so much better for us, I think. Just annoying here. I guess we'll have to go. We'll have to go here, and we'll have to go here. We block the hit from the teach. We'll block the hit from the Doflamingo, sorry. Okay. Oh, they're gonna... So we block it, we go to 4 cards. But we're playing 2 out over here. Actually, ended up being better for us, in my opinion. I'm gonna go after the Croc here. I think it's worse for me if the opponent has like a Gecko and grabs that. Yeah, because now we can go like this. Right? And now we just refill my hand every turn. I guess if the opponent has Gravity Blade, they can Gravity Blade both of these. Which is annoying, yeah. We'll give you the 1K. Yeah, Gravity Blade is a little bit annoying. Give you the 2K here. They still have enough for Gravity Blade. No, not a Gravity Blade. It's gonna be a Josu into the Inazuma, I'm guessing. Yep. And then you're gonna go for the 7 here. Go Inazuma next turn. If I go Inazuma next turn, I still don't have enough to actually... Like, I have 3 cards in my hand, so it doesn't make sense to go Inazuma next turn. I'm playing with fire, though. Not getting rid of their units. Like, not... Like, letting this Marguarite stay on the field. Because eventually the opponent finds the law. I think I'm gonna block it. Yeah, like eventually opponent's gonna find the law, and that's a little bit annoying as well. Not what we're looking for. Not what we're looking for here. I guess I guess I can just play the Inazuma and just chill. Even if I'm not drawing from it. Just have it on the field, so it's gonna be 6 stun, that leaves me with 3.
Can go 7 here. And we'll go 3 here. It's so weird that we're not getting any of our stuff, right? We don't have our Croc. We haven't seen our Mihawks. We're still putting to have a second Josu here. Or have the Gravity Blade, but the Gravity Blade now is only hitting this too. Sure. That would have been better last turn, right? With the Inazuma. So I guess I should have taken that 1 life that I blocked. It's a lot of damage here that we're taking. I'll take that. It's a lot of damage. So they got the Weevil. If they play the Weevil, they can put 2 down. Okay, now they're gonna still play the Weevil out and just have a big attack. We only have 2, 4. So yeah, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not enough. Not enough. All right. Yeah, not enough, not enough, not enough. I guess if you have it, right? Can't do anything about it. Yeah, I can't do anything about it. I have to go double blocker and just hope that you don't have the card, right? I could keep this. I mean, if the opponent I don't think the opponent has a way to get rid of both Mihawks. I think I keep the Buggy. I think I'm fine with this-ish. Let me see. 9. Problem now is that I kept the Buggy, but I have no way to like actually play this out. I guess I could play the Buggy anyways and just... So trashing that second Mihawk was the problem, right? Because I did end up getting hit by the Gravity Blade. So if I had the Mihawk, I would feel a lot better here. I could go Pilaf. So the Pilaf puts me up to 5 cards, but then I'm not drawing from the Inazuma. I go Mihawk, I get to pop it, and I get to also draw from the Inazuma. So the opponent only has 1 attacker. But then the opponent just puts everything on their leader and they just win, right? So no matter what, I have to go for the Pilaf then, right? I have to go for the Pilaf and hope that we get the blocker. Which we end up getting at least. I guess at this point, I can just play the blocker as it is. Like, there's no reason for me to trash, right? Yeah, there's no reason for me to trash here. And it doesn't matter because we have no counter, so... I can go to 9, but the opponent has too many attackers. Yeah, Gravity Blade makes this matchup so bad for us, right? Like at least without the Gravity Blade, you kind of feel like, okay, I could potentially have a shot, but yeah, they get exactly 9, so GG's. In this match, we're gonna against Red Purple Uta. I'm gonna keep this hand just because I have enough plays of things to do in the first few turns. While I usually like the Mihawk a lot, I think I like the Daz Bones first. And we don't get the Croc. Do I have to actually grab this Buggy now? Or can I afford... I think I can afford to go Mihawk and just get another Buggy later. Especially because we have Pilaf here and Marguarite. But the Mihawk is going to be... what's it called? The Buggy is going to be important for us to actually get value against the opponent. I think we go Sits and then we go Pilaf. This is our Croc now, right? So we can go Croc and Daz Bone. The opponent's just ramping up, right? So it's like, it's nasty. It's very, very nasty. Because the opponent's gonna get a lot of... Yeah, the opponent's already at 10 for next turn, right? So this is why the Buggy is important, because I need a way to like bounce their stuff. That's the Buggy. I don't think we're ever gonna need 2 Ivankovs. So now we need, I mean, we can go Ivankov next turn with the Impel down. Yeah, the opponent's just gonna go for their Shanks, which makes sense. To add another unit here. I'm gonna have to give them this, right? Ooh. Yeah, so I'm gonna, I think I'd rather go Ivankov Croc. We go 5 here. I don't even want to attack with this Daz Bone, but I might have to. Yeah, let's go for it. I just need to feel the board enough to have this Buggy, right? So I really want a Croc, man. Really needed a Croc. Let's force him to attack into the spawn. The opponent knows that they need to deal with this Buggy, right? So we get the Croc. We get the Croc, which is really good. I think we just, honestly, I think we play the Buggy no matter what. It sounds crazy, but I think we play the Buggy regardless of if he's gonna get bounced or not, right? So I think we go here. Play Croc. Into this. And we'll trash the Marguarite. And then we go here. And trash one of these Cabajis. And just pop that down, right? Because that's gonna put less pressure into us by getting rid of that Shanks. That's a good freaking Linlin, right? Because he gets rid of a body on my side and gives them a life. So I'm not having lethal next turn. I think we just still should potentially be okay. If I give them this 2k, opponent just does whatever anyways. I think we just let it go. Let them attack into my life. I'm at 4, so I don't mind taking this life hit. Especially because he's at Daz Bone, right? Oh, yeah, this is pretty good, right? So we go 5. I guess if the opponent counters this, do we ever just go after the Shanks? I mean, they have to counter this because they lose to the 12. Yeah, they lose to the 12. Yeah. So they had to counter it because they lose to the 12, but they decided to take it instead, which is interesting. They had the counter for it. Yeah, they had the counter for it. They took the 5 and they took the 7. It's crazy because my game plan, by the way, was going to be Croc into Daz Bone first. And if we drew the Buggy, I was going to go Buggy again into the Shanks. That's the good thing about Buggy. It doesn't have to... Like, it's amazing when you can have it stick on the field, but it doesn't have to stick on the field. You can just have it as a Red Rock. More, you know, a little bit more expensive Red Rock because it costs you 2 cards from your hand, but still does the trick against a deck like this that just wants to ramp up. In this matchup, we're going against Red Purple Luffy. I think I have to keep this in just because we do have Pilaf and Galdino, so we're able to go here. I don't know that the Buggy is the right play. I think we have to go Daz Bones first. Daz Bone is so much better if we find our... So here's the other question here. Are we going Pilaf or are we going another Galdino? I think I like the Pilaf. I think I like the Pilaf and just chilling. Even if I'm not putting pressure into them. That's a nice Bone Clay. We didn't get the stupid Croc. There we go. Alright, we didn't get the stupid Croc, and of course we get it right away. Next turn, I guess we can give up the Marguarite. I think we're just gonna go Ivankov and Inazuma, by the way. Let us refill our hand. Diablo Jambe is what they this trash. Interesting. I think we take it. I think we take it. And I do like the Ivankov and Inazuma, and then we can start actually. That one I feel less inclined to take. Just trying to debate if it's Galdino or Daz Bones. And I think I'm gonna give them the Daz Bones because the Galdino can actually search me for the thing, right? I don't mind getting rid of this one clay right now. Not sure you're trying to save this. I mean, I'm not attacking into your leader anytime soon. Yeah, like I'm just gonna go like this. And I'm gonna force it to give me the 2k as well. So now we're looking for Buggy, right? So that's why I kept this Galdino, because he can actually search me for one of the 3 Buggies still in my deck. The other one is in the bottom of the deck, right? So they go Newgate. So they can go for this big 8, and we just give them the 2k. 2k? So then we start here. We get the Buggy. Go like this. We'll trash this bad boy. Play out this Buggy. Send this guy to the Shadow Realm. So we can go 6. And we also have just enough to... Oh, wait. No, this guy's an 8, right? So we can go 8 3 times. And we have just enough to refill with Inazuma too, while also not having a Buggy in the field. So that is why I kept the Galdino. We have 2k counters plus whatever we draw from the Inazuma. Now the opponent is still at 2 lives, so it's not like the opponent is on any threat just yet. But we do have a 12k body in the field now, and the opponent just lost their big power play. They didn't draw the second Buggy or another Galdino, so a little bit interesting. Oh wow, they just gave up after that Buggy. We were gonna draw another Buggy, by the way, right? So once you get to this stage of the game and you can just chain Buggies, it's really hard for the opponent to get from there. And we had the Inazuma to refill our hand, so like we literally had the perfect thing that we needed. So hey, GG's. Welcome back everyone. Hope you enjoyed today's games of Buggy, and you can see what I was talking about there, right? And how you're able to just cheat out this big board, right? Just being able to summon a bunch of units when you get these Crocodiles and these Ivankovs, and just start getting star value there against the opponent. So yeah, I mean, that's the first video with Buggy. As always, we're gonna have 2 more videos with this leader. So if you want to keep up to date with that, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post One Piece videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitter too. We stream every now and then, and you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.